So I just got back home from watching Marvel's The Ant-Man in 3D, and I have to tell you, this movie is gorgeous, it's funny, it's emotional, and all in all, it's what you would expect from Marvel movies. So we'll get started from the very get-go with the director, alright? Peyton Reed did such a good job directing this movie, it's ridiculous. Honestly, like, it's good when he directs emotional scenes to funny scenes to scenes that take place and, when the camera kind of shrinks down with Ant-Man and, when he's running with the ants and everything. I mean, by the way, just going off topic, hat off to the visual effects, man. Those guys did an amazing job. That movie looked stunning, and in 3D it looked even better. But I digress, back to the point. This movie, from the very get-go, it shows you that it will have emotion, that it is powerful, but it will also have humor and a lot of action, which is everything you want in a movie, right? But let me tell you this, without spoiling things, you will sit through this movie and you will experience every emotion I think possible. You'll experience hate, you'll experience despise, you'll experience happiness, humor, you experience thrill, you experience adrenaline. Everything is packed into 2 hours of content, which is fantastic, alright? And listen, Paul Rudd, man, you killed it, honestly. I'm going to be clapping a lot in this video, but Paul Rudd, the way he portrayed Hank Pym, the way he portrayed Scott Lang was so good because not only was he funny, he was emotional, he was on point, you believed him as an action star because he wasn't just, oh, Scott Lang, a thief. He was Scott Lang, a thief. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but when you watch the movie, he's a badass. Not just as Ant-Man, but as Scott Lang, too. You know what I mean? Hank Pym, Michael Douglas, wow. I thought his portrayal of the character was fantastic, like, beyond fantastic. There were moments in this movie where it gets really emotional, and he acted it out just on point. You know what I mean? Like, he really brought something extra to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and when you see the movie, you'll understand what I mean. But let's get into what I didn't like. What I didn't like was, and this is going to sound very strange to people. Throughout the movie, you see these epic scenes when Scott Lang shrinks into the ant size, and you see these epic scenes unfold. And by going into the ending of the movie, I was just sitting there, I was like, wait, so you're telling me you could have done all these epic scenes in the beginning, which you didn't do? Because there will be scenes when Scott Lang first shrinks down to the size of an ant, where they're just like, they could have been so much better. And I know that sounds like such pickiness, but however, you will see that, like, there was a time, very minor spoiler, you could have seen this in a trailer too, where Scott Lang is the size of an ant, he's going through like a club, like everyone's dancing inside of a club, and he's, jumping from like leg to leg, right? Wouldn't it be cool if you like actually zoomed in and you actually saw, in slow motion as he jumps from leg to leg like that? Because something very similar, not obviously in a club, happened at the end of the movie, which was so epic and so great, and you were just sitting there with your mouth open. You just helping wonders, like, why not do it in the very beginning of the movie? I guess you can say budget, but like, just why? As well as I didn't really like the Darren Cross character, because the Darren Cross character was, it was like one of those things where, you have a mentor and the mentor pushes you away and, you always think he didn't love me, and he will always, throughout the movie, he would say, are you proud of me now? Are you proud of me now? I'm just like, that's so fucking corny. I get it's a Marvel movie, but it's like every other villain is like that. If you have a mentor, you have to, the mentor has to push you away, and you always have to wonder, man, was I good enough? Is this good enough? Look at me now. Do you love me now? Like, it was so stupid because we've seen it multiple times, and not just multiple, thousands of times in movies, and you're just sitting there going, like, I've seen this before. This villain is the same shit. Did he turn a little bit crazy at the end? Sure he did. But until he became the Yellow Jacket, he was just a fucking one-dimensional character. He really was. He was I guess you can say, hurt protege that was always trying to get the attention of his mentor, and who always thought he was never good enough for him, and who always wanted to show him that he could be good enough and shove it down his throat, which is very, very corny. See what I mean? However, overall, those are just a few minuses. Overall, this movie, I'm telling you, man, you go to see this movie, you will not be disappointed. Honestly, it's any age, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or if you're 30, you're going to love this movie. It really packs so much into 2 hours that you're gonna be like, man, it's been 2 hours already? Man, I want more. I just want to touch on another thing. The way that this origin story is set up is marvelous. It is such a good origin story. I mean, it literally hits on every bullet point you need to hit in an origin story. You know what I mean? Like, the struggles our character goes through. And, by the way, off topic a little bit, the side characters are so well developed in this. You feel a connection between every character, which not a lot of movies do nowadays, and that's so good when you see it. Like, yes, maybe Scott Lang's family doesn't get as much camera time, or as much on screen time, excuse me, as you would think they should get. However, what they do get is enough. And the way it's acted out, like, I'll be saying this again, Peyton Reed, man, you did a fantastic job. The writers did a fantastic job. And I'm telling you, I rate this movie 9 stars out of 10. It is beyond the best origin story Marvel Studios has done to date. It beats Hulk, it beats Iron Man, it beats Captain America, beats Thor. I'm telling you, man, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful piece of filmmaking. Not a lot of people know that this movie started shooting late August last year. Alright? It's not even been a year since it started shooting, and it's already in theaters. Like, that to me is just mind-blowing. The visual effects are perfect. The way that the movie's directed, and the way that the movie is I don't want to say cut, the way that the movie is laid out in front of you, the way that the movie, what I'm trying to say is, I'm losing for words because there's so much to talk about. The way that this movie is cut and the way that this movie is shot will take your breath away. That's what I was trying to say. I'm just losing for words because literally there's so much I want to talk about, but I can't because I'm running out of time. So, overall, this movie is a must-see summer blockbuster for any person. It's a 9 out of 10. It's one of the best Marvel movies ever made. I hope you enjoy my video. Make sure to give me a like, dislike, whatever you want. Make sure to comment in the comment section below if you have seen the video, or if you have seen the movie, excuse me, or if you have not seen the movie. Make sure to give me a subscribe, and peace out.